All right, I'm here with Black, Dom.
Yeah.
What you guys have a free day today. It was pretty good. You guys won against a team that was undefeated.
Yeah.
What was your mindset going into that game? Were you guys confident?
Honestly, like in a best of one, we're always kind of because usually what we do is like we analyze our opponents and then we like prepare for them properly. Like in a best of one, it's really hard to do. So in a best of three, we're actually really confident to beat pretty much any team here. So like it wasn't really a big surprise, but like the first game was a bit heartbreaking.
That game was insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like,
well, heartbreaking for them.
yeah, but like it shouldn't even have come to that point because we had a really big lead early on and then we died once in mid lane and we just lost the Rex in like 30 seconds. That was really weird. We didn't expect it at all.
And then Mega Creeps, did you guys think, were you still like, what is your mentality during Mega Creeps?
So what happened?
And then the rapier that was hidden?
That was so, like, okay, what happened? I asked my team, where's the rapier? And they were like, yeah, they took it back to their base. So nobody looked for it and they knew, or like they thought we would pick it up too, so they didn't look for it either.
Yeah.
And then it was just in the trees for like, what, 20 minutes?
But you can tell, if no one on the team has it, it's got to still be there, right?
Yeah, but like, in that moment, your team tells you it's not there, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just buy a new one.
But and you guys managed to somehow pull that one out, and you guys ended their winning streak.
Yeah, that was a good feeling.
Your secret, are they overrated? Are they worth the hype?
No, honestly, I wouldn't say they're overrated. Like in the past, they had like pretty much the same thing going. In the group stages, they would usually go like undefeated. But on like longer
well, this is their first tournament. What do you mean in the past?
No, I mean like all the team's secret. It's like looks like they're continuing it.
Okay.
Like in a group stage, they would always play really, really good, be undefeated, and then when it comes to the group stages, when it's like best of 3, best of 5, they seem to have some like problems to adapt because, well, this time it might just be because they didn't have much time to prepare. As Papi said, they have like 3-4 strategies. So I don't know, but I think that's like their biggest weakness. Sometimes they can't adapt.
And a few interesting things about your team. Ice recently changed his hair. Yep. What do you think about that?
Well, many people said he went from human to like Super Saiyan mode. Whoever watched Dragon Ball Z will know.
And he dyed his eyebrows.
He did, and you can't even see them anymore. And it was, like the first time I saw him, I didn't actually know it was him until like threw my monitor over. Then I was like, And apparently he just did it because he was bored, not because
good enough reason, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he like found his girlfriend and they did it together or something, but he actually just said he was bored. That's not something I would do if I'm bored.
And then there are these rumors that you're going to be kicked off Vici. What is about that? What's going on?
Well, honestly, I have no clue whether it's going to happen or not, because if you're the one getting kicked, you won't know until it happens. And like,
are you nervous when you play this tournament?
Like ever since I joined the team, there was like a lot of pressure on me, because they're like second TI4. So anything other than winning is a disappointment for them, right?
But you guys have been winning.
Yeah, like luckily for me, I guess. But whenever you play, if you underperform, it might be your last tournament with them. So at ESL, BTS, whenever, like, I have a lot of pressure to perform well. And even if I perform well, it might not be good enough. So I don't know what they think, but I know that I feel really pressured most of the time, which is not a bad thing, can also help you improve.
Right. If you have the sense of urgency,
yes,
I think it might be good for motivation, but might not. But it's getting close to that time where you can't pick up another team if you get kicked.
Yes.
So you gotta.
That's why it's like, honestly, after this tournament, it's like super scary because the West is done with shuffling and the East is
still shuffling.
Yeah, but they're getting like
there's gonna be a bunch of
the
shuffles,
big names back, like Burning, Shao 8, and all them. So if it actually ends up happening, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. It's gonna be tough.
What are your thoughts about this tournament in general?
Like so far, from what I've experienced, they take good care of the players. The organization seems to be pretty good. Like the delays, they try to keep them as low as possible. unless they're like internet problems or something, which is not really their fault. So I would say this tournament is really, really good so far.
They copy a lot of stuff from
They
TI.
did. Well,
The
like,
player intros, even how the boots are set up.
well, this is kind of like a mini TI, right? So I guess it makes sense that they like take everything.
What do you think about the meta right now? What do you think? What's strong? What's not? Medusa.
Well,
Some late game stuff.
Honestly,
I mean, Secret's running Chen and Lycan and like those heroes.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend.
honestly, I think in this patch you can pick pretty much anything you want. Obviously, like Medusa, Ember Spirit, stuff like that is really safe, but also not as strong early on. Like, I think the biggest problem teams have right now is actually keeping their calm and just breaching high ground like properly.
We can get Necrolite, like EG did
you can,
yesterday against
and then
the
you're
big
like that
god.
for like 150 seconds.
But doesn't matter how much CS Burning has, he
Yeah.
can't buy back. He's dead for like 130 seconds or something.
Honestly though, I watched the game and there was like this one neck ult which was like super good timed. Just as the BKB ran off, he like died from it. There was like, whoa. So they really deserve their win. And obviously, like as I said before, the biggest problem right now is teams have a big problem reaching high ground. They like, don't keep their calm. And then they like, for example, when I play with Medusa, they feed once. Happened to us too, like 2 or 3 times. Like we feed once, then we're like, okay, let's do it again. And we try again, and we feed another time, and then you can't kill Medusa anymore, and you can't win anymore. And then it's like, fuck, Medusa's so imba. Which is actually not the case, but you know.
I mean, Medusa has 2 wins coming back from Mega Creeps, I think, this tournament or something, like in the or maybe two lanes down. They've
Yeah.
come back several times.
Now honestly, like, Medusa's a really strong hero, but she's not really strong early on, which allows you to like snowball.
Yeah.
And then usually what happens is, as I said, that like
They mess up.
they're like
going high ground.
overconfident, they don't respect buybacks or something, and then they like feed. Because we know like since the last patch, feeding is punished very, very, very hard this patch.
Yeah. Okay.
And like obviously Medusa is probably one of the strongest late gamers with like 7k HP if she has full slots, so just don't let it get to that point.
What's what's your thoughts on living in China? You've been in China quite a while now. I ask you this question every time we do an interview, but I think it's interesting every time because you've stayed longer now. Has your opinion changed about living here?
I can pretty much say the same thing, except that I like learned more and like studied more and got to like more places, saw more things. But it's still like the same. I still love the vegetables. It's probably never gonna change. They're like amazing. As I said before, I just learned a lot more Chinese.
Can you cook now? Vegetables?
The Chinese vegetable? No way.
Come on.
Dude, they do it so like complicated. I was watching them and I was like, holy crap. Like the European ones is no problem, right?
You gotta learn how to do it and bring it back to Germany.
I mean, I probably like will. Like, it's gonna be Chinese New Year soon, right? I got like a month to learn. This should be like sufficient. And then I'll like bring it back, surprise the family. Some like Chinese vegetables. But yeah, like other than that, I just got like to a lot of places, saw a lot of cool stuff. China is actually pretty big.
Yeah.
Like way too big.
Too big? What do you mean?
Like you can't see everything, even if you want to.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't see anything in a super large country, all the sites and stuff.
Yeah.
But tourism is not that fun. You have Dota to play.
True.
Yeah.
Who needs tourism if you have Dota?
So you have a lot of foreign fans. They like you on this team, and Vici is one of their favorite teams because you and Ice have some very interesting personalities.
Yeah.
They feel like they can relate to this team a little bit more. What would you say? Because a lot of them are probably like, oh, there's this rumor that Black might be kicked from Vici, but they're winning all these tournaments. Like why? Why would they kick him? How would you say about that? Like, do you think it's weird that kind of rumor happens, or do you think like even though you're winning these tournaments, there's still things to improve on?
No, like obviously, I think even when Alliance won TI3 or IG won TI2 or whatever, I think every team that wins still has problems. But I think it always depends on how big the problems are and like how likely it is to solve them and whatever. But even though we're winning those tournaments, like they're still afraid obviously because they wanna win the next TI, right? And I have never really like proven myself at any TI or whatever, so I never really had like good achievements there. So they're probably scared and think about like, oh, what if we could get our hands on like burning or whatever, which might be an upgrade, might not be an upgrade, nobody knows. It's like a big risk.
Yeah.
But it's just I think it's mostly because I'm not like an accomplished player in the scene, which
What would you say?
Might lead to that.
What would you say your weaknesses are in game?
My weaknesses are.
Well, let's do. What are your strengths first? Give me your strengths and then your weaknesses.
Okay. Well, I can farm pretty fast, obviously, and then usually I would say my strongest point is my like daughter mechanics, like reflexes, like seeing stuff, noticing stuff, just being quick all about the map. Then my weaknesses usually are. It doesn't happen too often anymore, but sometimes I'm not sure when to join or when not to join a fight. So I might.
Do you make that call? You're the one that makes that call?
Yeah, obviously, like every carry player has to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Like yesterday was the secret, it was really good. Like I don't think I missed a fight or like did a bad TP, but like in the games before that, it was a big issue. So hopefully I can like keep up with it yesterday. But usually it's like when you waste a TP, it's a really big deal for a carry because like the offlane is gonna get free farm while you get nothing, and then like kind of like
you have to get kills.
Yeah, like if you TP, you need to get something out of it, at least like a tower or something. Because you give the offlane free farm and you get nothing out of it. It's like really, really bad. So that's like one of the biggest things I have to work on.
Mm-hmm. And so, you know, you have one of what the scene considers the best support duo in the game. What do you think makes them so good?
Honestly, I think it's just friendship because they have been friends for 5-6 years.
So support's got to be friends with each other.
Well, I don't know, but
that's your advice?
Well, apparently it works out for them, right? Yeah. Like they're really good friends in life. Whenever we have like holidays or some break time, they always go do stuff together. So I would definitely say,
like they can read each other's minds.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
okay,
they're like you know, in those movies when people know each other from like 5 years old,
they can complete their own sentences and stuff.
Yeah, they know everything about each other, so they just kind of synergize well.
Do you think that's, because I read a blog about, someone wrote about how support play is like the most important part of a Dota team, and the core players are essentially replaceable if you find someone really, really good. But the supports are very, very hard to find these days, especially duos. Would you put them as number one? You think they're number one? As
in support duos? Like right now, definitely.
Who's number two?
I think it kind of goes the same way with Kuro and Puppy. They've known each other since Dota 1, have been really good friends.
Yeah.
So they're my personal number two, and I don't think there's any other duo that has that, like this kind of friendship.
Right.
Other than like those four people. So I'm not gonna rate anyone else.
Okay. Well, what's your plan for today? You're gonna study some replays?
First we're gonna watch like replays, and then we're gonna prepare for like EG. Specifically.
What's strong about EG? What's so good about them?
Honestly, I think they play a lot like C9. Actually, many foreign teams play this like, they just farm right now. They just want to be as efficient as possible, farm the map. You can see even if they are far behind in kills, they're usually like even in gold. So that's like their strongest point, but they do have some issues in like team fighting and decision making, where to go, when to go where. And usually like it becomes really obvious how they want to play, because you see like some patterns and then they suddenly change those patterns, and you know they're up to something like a smoke, or they want to come from behind or whatever. So they need to work on keeping their intentions hidden.
Well, good thing this interview is not going to come out before the matches, otherwise
that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah. There's some upload stuff. It'll probably come out very close to. We'll see.
Let's just say we uploaded like shortly after the grand final. How's that sound?
Okay. All right. Got it.
And then they're like, "Oh, he's so right."
Okay. Black. Thank you for your time. You know, I don't want to keep you too long. You got things to do. Vici doing quite well right now.
Yes.
Group stage records don't matter. That undefeated secret doesn't matter. You know. All that matters is 1-0 right now in the winners bracket.
Yeah,
so.
Like the most important part in this time was just to get top 8 in the group, and then it's all that matters. Pretty much.
Okay. Good luck. You know, in the next matches, and you know, hopefully you get to stay on Vici, and we'll see you in TI5.
Well, I hope so too.
I mean, there's a guaranteed invite for you guys right now. I think.
There should be.
Yeah, I think you guys are golden. So okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much as always. It's a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
See ya.